My name is Steve Guttenberg, but you already knew that, right? This is the Audiophiliac Daily Show, and today it is all about the Technics Grand Class SL-G700 SACD player. But it is so much more than an SACD player, because of course it also plays CDs. But it's also a network player, so you could stream Tidal and Qobuz and all sorts of other stuff through the G700. It also has a USB port on the front. You can plug in drives into the front and play them through the G700. It has a pretty serious headphone amplifier built into it. It's very well sorted out machine. Let's see, the price. I'll get to the price early because a lot of you keep saying you want to know the price earlier than later, so I will tell you. The price is $3,000 in the US. It is designed in Japan and made in Malaysia. What else can I tell you? Well, it feels good. Let's put this in some sort of proportion, right? Not that long ago, I reviewed the Luxman D10X SACD player. Now that one, that was a whole different story. That one was $16,000. And man, oh man, that was seriously high-end machine. It was very, very, very impressive in the way it looked, felt, and sounded. First class. This one, for $3,000, well, it's not quite a Luxman, let's put it that way. But it's very nice. It's beautifully made. It is feels great. The draw is die-cast aluminum. It's not as smooth and as silent as the Luxman, but it's definitely respectable. And just the overall operation of the machine is pretty good. I will say right up front that because it does so much, you'd be wise to keep that owner's manual handy, because chances are you won't figure out a lot of things about using all of these features without the manual. I certainly couldn't. Like, I couldn't get it to play MQA encoded disc. So whether you're streaming MQA over Tidal or playing the relatively small number of MQA encoded CDs, you probably won't get to do that unless you read the owner's manual. And even then, it was kind of touch and go for me. I like single purpose machines. I like, a CD player, an SACD player that just does that, and I don't really care about all that other stuff, to tell you the truth. But apparently the wise folks at Technics decided that it can't just be a disc spinner. It has to do more than that, and therefore it does. So looking at the back panel, you'll see the G700 has balanced and single-ended analog outputs. As for digital, it has digital inputs and outputs. That's kind of unusual for a disc spinner, that you can actually use the DAC within this machine. The G700 not only has all of that, but wait, there's more, because it also has Google Assistant. So you can actually talk to your G700 and say, I want to hear Sgt. Pepper on Qobuz, and theoretically it can do that. I can't tell you whether that actually works because I didn't go there. But in terms of its network capabilities, if that's your thing, I wish I could be more helpful. In terms of its build quality, yeah, here's a hint of its build quality. It weighs almost 27 pounds. It comes in silver or black, your choice. I'm going to take a quick little detour in this review to talk about the SACD format, because that's the reason that this machine exists in the first place, really, is to play SACDs. And I will tell you right now, it does a great job. It sounded really, really good. But I've been into the SACD format right from the get-go. In 1999, when Sony Philips released the format, and some were better mastered, some were better done than others, but overall, the format showed a lot of promise. And the discs, the hybrid disc, the dual layer discs, were backwards compatible to CD players. So you could play any SACD, any hybrid SACD disc on a CD player. So what could go wrong? Well, here's the thing, and I'm going to try to get through this quickly. Sony owned Columbia Records. Columbia Records was one of the biggest record companies in the world, still is. So, could they have just said, we're not going to make CDs anymore. We're just going to focus on SACDs, hybrid ones, so they'll play on anything, and we will have a successful launch of a format. But for whatever reason, Sony / Columbia Records didn't really commit to the format. It was their format, and they hardly supported it. Discs came out in dribs and drabs, 5 here, 8 there, but not a mass change over to the SACD format, which was what it would have taken to actually succeed, because then other record companies, which also produced SACDs, would have, seen whether it was successful and jumped on board. But that never happened. So since 1999, the format has just sort of, well, it's there, and there's still new ones coming out here and there. I'm not saying they're not. I'm just saying it was launched with fanfare and then basically became, that. And of course now we have DSD files that people use, so the format seems sort of stuck, right? Okay, with that out of the way, let's get back to the review. When I played SACDs on the G700, they had that sound which was not digital. I think that is the best way to sum up the sound of SACD / DSD. They don't have that digital edge to them. They're sweeter sounding. In that sense, more analog-like. And what was I playing? I was playing some Chesky recordings, because Chesky Records released bunches of SACDs, and they just came out of these clipped Cornwalls and just occupied the room. They just floated free. The sound, the musicians, the singers floated free of the speakers, and they were just there. And then when I played that same disc, the CD layer in my J's Audio CD transport and Denafrep's Terminator DAC, it was more digital. It had more of that digital edge to it. So yeah, SACD's done right, as they say. It's a terrific format. So yeah, sure, it would have been better, even better, if they had thought ahead, thought into the future and said, we should make 2 times, 4 times, 10 times DSD SACDs, and how amazing that would have been. Well, but it never was. So we're stuck with the format. The format is basically locked, and we got what we got. But for those of you out there who have collections of SACDs, the G700, is definitely worth considering. As for the headphone output, I started with my Sennheiser HD6XX headphones. Great combination, sounded really good. I can imagine people using it that way. But when I upped the ante and I used a set of Abyss Diana $4,000 planar magnetic headphones, no, it wasn't really a happening combination. It sounded okay, but wasn't showing off really what the Diana sounds like. So it's serviceable. That's what I'm saying, that the headphone output is good, but not something you'd want to do to listen to your best headphones with. So I like the USB input on the front panel. So in other words, you can use a thumb drive, load it up with files, plug it in there, use the display on the front panel to navigate through the drive and play your tunes. I use the MA Recording high-res sampler, and yeah, sounded really, really good. I think that's a very useful feature. I think it's time for the summation. The Technics Grand Class SL-G700 SACD player, network player, checks a lot of the boxes. First of all, it sounds really good with SACDs. If that's its prime directive, making SACD sound great, yes, it's very, very impressive. Much better sounding, I should have made this clear, much better sounding than the J's Audio Transport with the Denafrep stack playing the same disc but the CD layer. So yes, it does SACDs proud. And I think the price is right for what you get. But this machine is really for the dedicated SACD, let's say, enthusiast, someone who has a serious collection, 100, 200, 300 or more SACDs, and hopefully you're still finding new ones or used ones to buy. I I recommend this machine highly. And that's it. My name is Steve Guttenberg. This continues to be the Audiophiliac Daily Show. If you like it, please subscribe. We're on our way to 150,000 subscribers, and I think that's going to happen at the end of October, early November. So let's see. You could be part of that surge. You should also check out the Patreon at patreon.com/audiophiliac, and now Patreon accepts payment in dollars, pounds, and euros, if that helps you guys. But while you're here, check out the playlist. There's playlists for electronics reviews, which include CD players and DACs and stuff, speaker reviews, headphone reviews, and of course music reviews, and of course interviews with lots of super interesting people, audiophiles, and people in the business. I think we're good. I think I've said everything I need to say today. Thank you so much for being here, and I really do hope to see you back here again very, very soon. Bye-bye.